When I tell you this shit ain't easy, I mean it. Leading up to me making the decision to change my entire lifestyle, I knew that I had to change my relationship with food first. I can admit and will admit to being a closet eater, an undereater, an overeater. The list goes on and on and on. I was also a heavy drinker. Um, I would do things like party all night, drinking. Then I would go to a fast food restaurant, whatever was open, normally Checkers, get fries, a milkshake, the chicken burgers, and all that, and eat all of that at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I would wake up in the morning before work and not eat breakfast. And then I would go to lunch and maybe get a soda, chips, 2 bags of chips. I'm not even gonna lie. 2 bags of chips. Just anything bad. Cookies, pudding, whatever they had there that was sweet or salty. And that's what I would have for lunch, which is essentially starving yourself because you're not really putting anything in your body that your body can use and absorb for energy. And that's just how I lived my life. As far as closet eating goes, that is something that was something that I did from a very, very young age. I can remember sneaking candy or cheese, little craft packets of cheese into my room, and I would hide the wrappers underneath my mattress. So all of these things I knew that I would have to face at some point in time and no longer blame situations or people or anything on the choices that I made and how I put myself into my own living hell. I suffered from edema, which is where your lower extremities swell due to your body not being able to pump the fluids back up through your system and flush things out. So that too was something that I struggled with that I caused on my own. Nobody did that to me. Nobody forced me to eat ever in life. There were just things that I found to there food was something that I found was more acceptable to cope with, especially in, Black families. If you're sad and grandma cooked some cake, she'll bring you a slice of cake, or just little things that families do, which really isn't good, but, that's the way they are. So I knew that taking this journey would force me to recognize those things that happened when I was younger that I continued to do as I got older. And like I said in the last video, it took that day looking in the mirror and trying to tell myself that I loved myself and not and understanding inside that I didn't mean it. So once that happened, it turned into a daily fight for this love that I had been looking for so many years. And I made the decision that I wanted more out of life. I wanted more life out of the life that I was living. I went from being physically active never, like for, I would say 3 years straight. I did nothing other than walk to class, walk to my room, walk to the calf, which is a very short distance. That's not far at all. And I would be out of breath going up the stairs. There were just so many things that I struggled with. And once that moment happened in the mirror is when I made the decision, listen, you can't keep doing this. Like, you have to love yourself. That is very important. And what is it going to take to love you? Is it going to take proving to yourself that you can be physically active? Is it going to take proving to yourself that you can run? Is it going to take lifting weights to understand that you can do this? What is this love that you need to discover within yourself? So I made that decision in April of 2014 to start being physically active. I also made the decision to change my entire pathology about eating, drinking, living, loving, understanding, accepting, acknowledging. Like everything changed. Everything. For the better, of course, for the better. And, with everything changing, I know that sometimes it can seem as if, with everything changing, I knew that at some point in time, I would have these moments where it was like, okay, so what are you doing this for? So what are you doing this for now? So why are we going to the gym now? Like, and with each accomplishment, like with each pound that came off, it was like, okay, well, do you want to stop here or do you want to keep going? Well, what happens if you don't make the mark of being under 200 pounds by January? Then what? Like, so I constantly reevaluate and evaluate my purpose throughout this entire journey. And I can say, as of today, my purpose behind this is that this is solely based on me. I don't think I've ever done anything in my life other than coming back to school, and even that isn't just for me. Making the choice to change my entire lifestyle is solely based on me. No one could make me do it. No one can really help me through it, because there are also like emotional and, I don't want to say mental, but there are emotional things that come along with this that a trainer wouldn't understand. There's like there comes to a certain point where even a nutritionist can't help you with this, because you've built a relationship with food where, if the nutritionist was never overweight or never had this issue, they can't relate to you. So there are certain things that you have to do for yourself on this journey. And I knew that wholeheartedly. So what I say to you guys, if you're making the decision to change your lifestyle, I'm not saying to get right for the summer. I'm not saying you're getting married in 3 months and you need to lose weight to fit in the dress. I'm not saying prom is around the corner and you want to look good in your pictures. I'm not saying, you've been watching this dude and you want him to look at you a little harder. Nah, bruh. I'm talking about making the decision to evaluate your life and own shit. That's a life decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're owning what you've done to yourself, you're changing your life at that point. You know what I'm saying? When you're rearranging how you think about things and why and when and how it makes you feel and all of that. That's when you're changing your life. That's when you're making the choice to live differently. So for the people that want to live better, understand that it's not easy. Understand that it is not easy at all. You're going to have times where you want to give up. You're going to have times where you fall off. You're going to have times where, you reach roadblocks, or you may be used to depending on people. And with this journey, the only person you can depend on is yourself. So, those are things to think about. But with it not being easy, it's worth it. It is worth every moment that you spend evaluating, reevaluating, and coming up with things that make you happy, that make you feel good. It's completely worth that. And make sure that you're doing this for you. Don't try to change your life to please someone else. Don't try to fake the funk, really. Like, really go in. Really go in. And if it's possible, try to do it a natural way. Try to do it with small steps forward. Simple things like drinking water instead of juice and soda, limiting how much alcohol you drink. This is for the people that are over 21. If you're not over 21, don't drink at all. Because I didn't. I ain't started drinking until I was 21. Now I'm grown, chill. But limit how much you drink. Really do research on the things that you eat. Try your best to eat more fruits and vegetables. Like, just start off slow and then move forward. But really take your time. This is not a race. It's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? It's a triathlon, okay? This is not like, who gets to the finish line first. No, this is a lifelong commitment to yourself. And that's the main thing that I want people to get. So that's enough of me talking. I hope that these little videos help. I hope that they are fun to listen to. I know I talk a lot, but I'm trying to get like years of my life into a certain amount of minutes, which is really, really hard. But, with this video, I hope that it inspires you to at least start thinking about living better. Even if it's not weight that you want to lose, even if it's just being a happy person, think about it. This works across the board, I'm telling you. So yeah, that's it for today. I'm about to eat and then take a shower and get to some classwork. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And yeah.